It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Rams. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. First play from scrimmage, Stafford. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Jefferson really grew into the deep threat LA needed as it ramped up its passing attack, averaging a cool 16 yards per catch. One of the best marks in the league and helping the Rams earn a ring. Back at it again in 2022, picking up a 1st down with a big play.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Stafford. It's complete to Robinson. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Throw left side, complete to Cup. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And the Rams are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. 4th down, and we go from one Matt to another. Stafford heads off. Matt Gay gets set for the Rams field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Gay knocks this one through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And Denver getting set to take the field. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 18. Wilson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. And he'll get this to the 32.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. 4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. Back deep, Brandon Powell. This is taken at the 15. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again here with Akers. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Stafford now to throw. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Stafford to his #1 guy, Kupp, for a Los Angeles 1st.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. Stafford. His throw incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Stafford going to give this to Akers. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
1st down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
On 1st down, Stafford here. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Akers will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Cam Akers taking it in from 2 yards out. And they are able to add on to their advantage. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0.
It's showtime, baby. Let's go, man.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-0 as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Leonard Floyd coming in from that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
Leonard Floyd's career has found new life in Los Angeles with more sacks in 2 seasons there than in 4 years prior with Chicago. 9.5 in 2021 for the Super Bowl champs.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Here's Corliss Waitman now. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Stafford. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos. Right at the 50-yard line. After the interception, here's Wilson. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Wilson will throw again. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Wilson. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. Right. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Andrew Beck taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Broncos have got it back to within a score. And they just powered it in right there, Charles. 3 tight ends out on the field. The fullbacks for the defense, they knew what was coming.
They knew, but they weren't able to stop them. They knew they had to meet them with a little bit of force. But on that play, the big guys up front won the day.
McManus's point after is good, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. L.A. readies for its next possession. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
A good pickup there, a 22.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick six for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year two, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there.
What's the deal, y'all? Let's be smart. Let's go hard. They can't stop us. Come on, time to play.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And the drive starts with a completion left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the 39, Stafford. Akers back-to-back catches. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
That's complete to Robinson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arms saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice gain.
And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They'll run it up the middle now. Gordon. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. This will be caught. Judy. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On the stop was Aaron Donald.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On 2nd down, Gordon once more. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing is Wilson. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Melvin Gordon, A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10.
What's the deal, y'all? Nobody else can make it. You make the play. This is your game, baby. Get him going, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Go get him now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You gotta walk down the field like that. Let's go do this thing, baby.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Throwing on second down, Stafford. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40.
Going right back to Akers.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
A give up the middle to Akers. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 61 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack.
Coming off of a Pro Bowl season 2020, many of us were stunned when Bradley Chubb had 0 sacks in 2021. That did come in only a 7-game season due to injuries. Cause for some concern, but he also had 19.5 sacks in his first 2 years as a full-time starter.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Naturally so. The defense was keyed in on everyone but the back on that play, and it took them an extra second to react when he got the carry. It's still a tough 3rd down to pick up here, but a lot more manageable after an excellent carry on 2nd down.
Throwing on third down, Stafford.
To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the
touchdown, Rams. Tyler Higbee, a 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Rams are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive, because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
Montrell Washington on the return from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos.
At their own 17-yard line. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
His afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. It hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Second and 7.
Here's Wilson. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Under pressure, they got him again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Bradley Chubb picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
After the sack on 1st down, Stafford, he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now a play fake it at Stafford.
He'll dump this off to Akers.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Play action. Stafford. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
But good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long.
Here's Stafford. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. When with a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos.
At their own 18.
He'll hand this one off to Gordon.
And he'll power his way up near the 25.
46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now it's Wilson.
Open man Hamler, that's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon.
And able to get this to the 31.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's a give up the middle. It's Gordon. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Wilson to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And they will take a knee here.
Second and 11 now.
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. So here now is Brandon McManus in a big spot. This to swell the lead to 6. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.